Hey guys, welcome back to RIA'S World of Ideas. Today's video is another Dollar Tree DIY video, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some fall apple themed DIYs. So I'm going to start off by telling you guys how I created this little apple truck. Dollar Tree now has these little 3D trucks. This one actually comes with like a little, it looks like a basket in the back. The other one looks just like a straight truck without the basket. So there's two different versions. So this one I think is perfect for pumpkins and apples. And they have like a little space in the back where you can put stuff, but it's like only if you set it on that one space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some popsicle sticks and I'm actually going to extend it and make more of a base in the inside of the truck. So that way my apples have something to sit on. So now there's a little place in the back where I can set my apples or pumpkins, whatever you want to, decorate your truck with, but there's a place for them to be put on. And then I decided that I was going to paint this truck black because I just love the look of, black with red. I feel like it goes so great together. So I wanted to paint my truck black, but you can go with the blue color or a white color, whatever color you want. But I just feel like the black truck with the red apples would just stand great together. Dollar Tree this year brought out some wooden apples, like mini apples, and I was super excited because I love decorating with apples for the fall. They also have acorns and I believe two other shapes. I can't remember what they are, but these are amazing because they look so high end when you paint them, and I was super excited to use them for the truck because they fit perfectly in the truck. And a lot of the little mini apples that I've been finding, they don't fit in the truck, so these were perfect for them. So while I wait for the black paint to dry on the truck, I'm going to paint these apples red. You can do red, green, and yellow if you want to, but I just felt like I just wanted to do all red. Even though in my area, my entranceway where I decorate my apples, I do have some green apples, I just felt like I just wanted to do one color in this truck. But looking back, I actually should have done green because you'll see that I'll add a little sign to the truck later, and it has like I think a yellow, either a yellow or a green apple on the sign, and so I should have done it, but I actually just did it all in red. But if I went back, I probably would have made like at least like some green ones, but I just did them all red. So once the black paint was dry, I went in with a brown paint to paint the basket part of the truck. Now I did this color because normally when we see like those little basket parts of these trucks, they normally are brown, and you'll see me doing it brown at first, but I am going to change the color later on because I just felt like the brown and the black, I felt like the brown got lost in the black and also lost with the red, and you'll see me change it later on to white because I just felt like the white popped better with the black and the red. So you'll see me go in again and redo it, but if you want to, you can keep it brown. I just felt like the brown got lost with the the darkness of the red and the black. So later on you'll see me paint the basket part white. And then I also took the brown paint to paint the stems of the apples. I left the middle part of the apple where the stem is at like its natural color because I felt like it made it look more realistic, like an apple, like the inside of the apple, but you can paint that if you would like. And then I just took my hot glue gun and glued the apples inside of the truck basket. And again, if you're going to change the color, I would actually change the paint right then and there, but I did not realize that I wanted to paint it white until after I've glued the apples. And I didn't really feel like taking the apples out and like repainting it, which would have been, easy to do, but you'll see me that I'll try to like repaint over the brown paint with the apple still in it. With the white paint, because I didn't want to remove the apples and have to paint everything again. But I mean, you can easily do that, but I was just, you know, short on time. But again, if you're going to change the paint color out, it's just best if the apples are not in there, because it makes it much easier. But yeah, I'm putting the apples in there because, like I said, I didn't realize that I wanted to paint it white until the apples were in there and I saw the brown against the red, and it just didn't look right to me. So I wanted to add like a little sign to the front of my truck. And so Dollar Tree had these calendars last year, this farmer's market calendar last year that you see me made a DIY with it. I'll put the link down below if you haven't seen that. But in these calendars, they always show you like a little preview of what each month has. And so they have like these little like square pieces. So the one I'm going to take is the one that says crisp apples. This is the September preview, and it's like the perfect size to put like on a little like crate or like a little truck. Now this doesn't fit perfectly on this truck, so I am going to have to cut some of the pieces off. And so you can decide what you want to put on your truck and what you want to keep. So this is how it looks when it's all done with the brown basket, and you could leave it like this. I just felt like that the brown basket kind of got lost with the red and the black, so I wanted to make it pop. So I decided to go in, like I said, and paint over it white, but you can keep it brown, it's up to you. But I just felt like I just wanted that white and black and red look, and I'm very into the white and black look lately, and you'll see it when you see my decorate with me downstairs in my living room. I'm really into like the white color and also the blacks nowadays when it comes to like decor and decorating my home. So this is how my little apple truck came out, and I think it's so cute and so adorable. I just love it. I'm glad the Dollar Tree brought out these little wooden apples so that we can do a different take on fall decor instead of just putting pumpkins in it. And I just love the way that the black and the white go against red. I think it just looks so modern and so fresh for fall. Like, I am really loving this little truck, and it pairs well with all the other DIYs I'm gonna be sharing with you guys on today's video. So the next one I'm gonna talk about is how I made some bead garland, and I did like an apple twist to it. So if you see my last DIY, I shared with you guys this Hello Fall pumpkin decor that I got at Dollar General for $1, and I used the pumpkin to make a DIY in my last video. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it, but I told you guys that I was going to save the beads for another DIY, which is this DIY. And I did buy 3 other one of these like dollar decor pieces that came with beads. It was like 2 other pumpkins I bought and a leaf that you'll see in other DIYs coming up. But I took all the beads from all 4 of the pieces for this DIY because I don't like that beaded garland like kind of decor look. I know a lot of you guys do like that, but I don't like that look. So I knew I could use these beads to make like a bead garland instead of like put it on like a pumpkin. I just like beaded garland. I just don't like the beads on a decor piece, if that makes sense. So I'm just taking some twine from Dollar Tree. This is the one that comes in a 3-pack. It comes with 2 of this same tan color, and then it comes with a red one. And you've seen me make bead garland on my last DIY as well. So I'm going to make it the same way. I'm just going to thread this little twine through the beads, and I'm using tape to help me kind of make a point to it. So because sometimes with this twine it unravels and it's kind of hard to get through the holes. So if you put some tape, like if you twist some tape at the point of it and kind of make like a needle, it's easier to thread through these beads. And I love these beads because they have kind of like a white look. It's a white neutral look, and like I said, I love the way that red and black go against black and white go against red. And so these beads, since they were like kind of like a neutral white, I thought they would be the perfect beads for this apple decor. So another idea that I was gonna do was I had another pack of these little apples, these mini apples, and what I was gonna do was I was gonna drill holes into these apples and actually thread them into the beads. Like every other like 4 or 5 beads, I was gonna put these apples in it and create a bead garland like that. But then again, I didn't want that look, but I still wanted to give you guys that idea just in case you guys want to kind of have like the wooden apples in your bead garland. Then that's an idea to do that. You can just take your drill a hole in it and kind of interlock it with the beads, or make a complete bead garland with just the wooden beads. So that is an idea. But I just wanted the look of like, you know, all of the beads being the same size. So I just decided just to do beads. That's it. So I'm going to make a tassel with the twine that I have to go on one side, and then you'll see me put an apple that I've decorated on the other side. So for the apple on the other end of the garland, I took these wooden apples. They're the color your own ornament wooden apples. You get 8 in a pack, and I painted it red and also green, and they do come with a hole that you can actually thread through and, you know, just have your thread threaded through that way. But I didn't want the look of like threading the twine through it and then it's like tied. I wanted you to be able to see the whole apple. So I took some wood filler and I covered up the hole, and then I painted over it, and then I'm just gonna take the twine and tape it to the back. So when you do style this, you can only style it with the apple showing a certain way, a front way. But if you do want the apple to be painted on both sides and you want it to be able to be flipped on both sides, then I wouldn't cover up the hole. I would just take the twine and kind of loop it through the hole and use it that way. But I didn't want mine to look that way, so this is why I did it this way. But you can do it either or. And this is how my little apple bead garland turned out. And again, I just love the way that these white neutral tone beads go against with red. If you see my last Dollar Tree DIY video, I made a neutral tone bead garland, but it was more of like yellow tones. And these beads have more of like a white tone, which I feel go perfectly with red and black colors. And so I love the color combination with these beads and this apple. It just looks perfect together. And you can use these bead garlands anywhere in your home, on some stacked books, on a tier shelf, on a regular shelf. I just feel like you can use it multiple ways, and it's the perfect like little decor piece for your apple theme. Dollar Tree this year had these cute shadow box signs for fall, and I love this one because it had that plaid checkerboard look in the background, which we all love. A lot of us buy these little shadow boxes and actually put paper back there, and this one actually came with it already done. So I felt like I wanted to use it, but I wanted to give it a little makeover. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this middle piece, because I didn't like the welcome fall. It looked too cheesy to me, so I took that piece off. And then I'm also gonna paint the border white, because I don't like the dark brown. I feel like the dark brown is just not my color tones that I decorate for fall. And again, I just like how black and white and red look, especially when it comes to this apple theme. So I wanted to make sure that my border was white, so that when I do add an apple to the middle, it just will all be black, white, and red. I then took another one of those color your own ornament wooden apples that I painted the exact same way as the last DIY, and I glued it to the middle of this shadow box. And here's how this little sign turned out. And again, the black and the white looks so good with the red. I just like this little sign. Is so cute, and it goes well with all the other things that I've been sharing with you guys. I just really love how these apple DIYs came out. Now, Walmart has this apple pumpkin candle from Mainstay that I love. It smells so good, and I thought it would be so great to pair it up with all my apple decor. But I'm not liking the jar. So what I wanted to do was I found these jars at Dollar Tree and they're so gorgeous, they're so pretty. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to melt down the candle that I bought, which I've melted down some other ones that I'll share with you guys in another video, but I wanted to melt it down and put it to this jar, and so that way I can make my own candle in a prettier jar. You don't have to do this, it's just I'm extra and I wanted to make it extra pretty, but you can just keep it in the actual jar it came in. But after you melt it down, you want to make sure you're melting this down on low heat and take your time with it, and you'll see why later why I say that. And then once it's all melted, I just fished out the wick out of the wax, and then I take the wick and I take my hot glue gun and glue it to the jar, and make sure that you're gluing it to the bottom of the jar before you pour your wax, so that way it doesn't move everywhere when you're going to pour your wax. And then you're also going to put 2 sticks by it, like the shish kebab sticks or any popsicle sticks, anything that you have. Put 2 sticks connected to kind of hold the wick in place, so that when you're pouring the hot wax it doesn't move. And here's how the candle looks once it's all cooled. And doesn't it look so beautiful in this jar? This will make great gifts for the holidays. You could do this also during Christmas time with the Christmas scents, but it's such a beautiful way to decorate with and create your own candle. But like I said, you can keep it in the same jar. You don't have to be extra like me. I just wanted to put it in a prettier jar. But the reason why I told you guys to make sure that you put it on low and keep it on low and be patient is because of this. As you can see, my candle hollowed later on. Once it cooled, it hollowed, like it made a hole in it. And this mostly happens with candles that are like thicker and taller. I made another candle with the other wax that I'll share with you guys in another video. There was a smaller candle and this didn't happen. So it mostly happens when it's like the thicker ones. So you want to make sure that you are melting it on the lowest heat possible and take your time with it, because I actually bumped mine up to medium and because I was impatient and this happened. So the last Apple Decor DIY that I'm going to share with you guys is an Apple Decor home sign that I'm creating with this Let It Snow sign that I got last year at Dollar Tree during Christmas time. And I'm going to be working on the back side because I feel like the back side is easier to work on because it's like a blank canvas, as opposed to the front sign. You would have to like take all the glitter off and then it'll be textured and it would just be too much work. So I love working on the back side of these signs from Dollar Tree because it's just easier to work with. So I decided that I want to paint this completely white. I was going to have it brown at first, that's why you see some lines on it, because I thought I wanted to make it like that neutral tone, but again I wanted to do the black and white theme with the red, so I decided I was going to paint this completely white. And then after it's completely white, then I decided I was going to go in with my pencil and make some lines so this can look like wood palettes. And you can use paint to do this, but I feel like my pencil, the gray of the pencil, looks really good against the white, and it actually makes the lines look like actual wood palette lines. So I didn't feel the need that I needed to use paint. And I've done this texture, this style before, where I've just used my pencil to create like the wood lines and like the edging and like the aged look when it goes against the white, and it gives a good look to it. And I mean, I like it. So, but you can use paint, but I just feel like the pencil was fine. And after I created the lines, I also took my pencil and, you know, did some edging around the edges of this sign so it makes it look more like wood pieces. So the letters that I'm using for this home sign are the letters that I share with you guys in my Dollar General haul, because I share with you guys how Dollar General has wood letters for just $1, and they come in this cute little font that I just fell in love with. And I only got the H and the M and the E because of course my apple is going to be the O. So I painted it black because, again, like I told you guys, I love the white and the black against the, you know, the red of the apples. So this was before I actually painted the apple. So I put a plain apple in the middle of there just so I could see like the placement of where I was going to put the H, the M, and the E, and then I just used my hot glue gun to glue it down. And then once the paint was dry on the apple, I added it to the sign as well with my hot glue gun. And this is how the sign turned out, you guys. I think it's absolutely cute. I can't wait to put it in my entryway where I put all my apple theme decor. I always put it in my entryway. It has its own little area. If you guys have seen my decorate with me from last year, you guys know that. So stay tuned to see how it's going to be this year. And that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I gave you guys some ideas and some inspiration to create some cute little apple decor themes for the fall. I wanted to give you guys something different because I love apple decor. I used to have my kitchen decorated in apple decor. Like, it is like one of my favorite things. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Hey guys, don't forget to click on the picture in the middle of the screen so you can subscribe to my channel and get notifications on all the new videos that I put out, and check out these other 2 videos that I have posted on my channel on either side of my picture. Have a great day.